If you are a lettings neg, sales neg, valuer or lister, then peel your ears back if you want to enjoy your job more, earn more money and feel more satisfied. And today, I'm joined by Peter Everett, a man who's been there, done it and seen it. He's worked in big in the game at Your Move, even bigger in the game at Hamptons. He's worked for CFP Software, and now he's boss man of Offer, a PropTech solution for estate agents. But we're not here to talk about that. But what are we going to here to talk about? Well, Peter, who is a legend in the estate agency industry, became a mentor for the estate agents and letting agents, charitable foundations, agents together. And Peter became a mentor. So let's find out from Peter what being a mentor is and why he joined. So Peter, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, morning, Chris. Morning, Chris.
Good stuff. So you've been in the game, you've been in the estate agency now since the 80s. I, like myself, we've all got a bit of grey hair. Some of us have still got it on our head. Putting it out. What do you love about estate agency?
Oh, where to start? We've only got a few minutes, Chris. So I think the thing I've loved about agency, because I've done it since in my early 20s now, it being a people business and the fact that every day is different. And I think also, in my 39th year in the industry, I still learn something new every day. It's just the variety of it, really. And I think, with agents together, I mean, what really attracted me to that in the first place, I remember the day, actually, when it first came out. I think I was reading Property Industry Eye or Estate Agency Today, whatever it was, in the morning, and thought, oh, what's this? Bruce Brothers. Oh, and I was skeptical, and I read down, and I thought, oh, Mike Day. I know Mike. So literally 2 minutes past 9, I'm on the phone to Mike, saying, Mike, what's this Agents Together thing? And Mike explained it to me, and I thought, this is something I would love to get involved in, because, I think it's an opportunity to, I had some time on my side at that point. And it was just really an opportunity to give back. And also I was intrigued to see what it actually was and who I might be connected up to. And then I got hooked up initially with a guy who was starting out his a new business up in Scotland. I thought, well, what do I know about a Scottish estate agency? But once we got chatting, got talking, it was so rewarding, actually, to have those conversations every couple of weeks and just to guide him on some of the key principles of business, some of the key principles of estate agency. As it turned out, that guy's journey didn't actually end that well, because his business model just wasn't viable. But I've stayed in touch with him, and he's actually now moved on to bigger and better things. So I think I was able to help him with that. And then more recently, I've been working with a guy who has also another guy launching a new business down in the Surrey Hills, brand new hybrid estate agency. Absolutely super bloke called Nick. We again speak every couple of weeks, and I've been able to hopefully help and guide him through just how to run your own business, how to take a house on the market, how to conduct a viewing, how to take an offer, because he is really learning as he goes. But some of the quality of some of the property marketing that I've seen this chap Nick do is off the scale. It's some of the best I have ever seen in my 39 years.
I mean, for someone starting out to be an estate agent, and this is open to self-employed agents, employed agents, negs, valuers, to have basically the head of sales for Hamptons, big in the game on your side, it's priceless. I bet you'd have wished that you'd have had that person, you or someone's, the equivalent of you in your corner 20, 30 years ago, wouldn't you, Peter?
Yeah. Well, if I think back to my early days in the estate agency, I was 23 years old. They made me the manager of an office. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was just left to get on with it. Hate to think what I got up to. I learned by my mistakes. But I think I've also been very, very fortunate through my career to work with some brilliant, brilliant people. People have helped shape my direction and career. And also, especially in my role when I was at Hamptons, a lot of that is coaching and counselling. I had to navigate myself through some very, very difficult circumstances. Certain parts of the business.
The wonderful thing is, though, is that it's not as if you're a boss of these people. So it's not as if there is almost a non-alternative motive, but there's something behind it. You're just out there helping and guiding these people. So, I mean, what would your message be to any sales neg, any lettings neg, any valuer, lister or branch manager who wants to get on? What what's the do you know what the cost is to these guys to be mentored by such giants as yourself?
Well, I think the cost is nothing, I believe, Chris.
Correct. And what's the cap? Do you know what the catch is?
I don't see one. I don't get paid for doing this.
I don't get paid either.
For joining up. And also, there are some brilliant mentors out there. You know, I know a lot of the people out there that are doing this, and I think every single one of them has actually got something back from doing it. You know, they're able to give something back, and it's actually very rewarding. I mean, when I come off my hour-long phone calls with Nick, put the phone down, I've usually got a smile on my face.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I mentor some guys and girls as well, and I do it purely for selfish reasons, because by helping another human being, you actually feel good about yourself. But by doing that, the other person wins as well. And if we can, you know, pass the mantle on or pass the baton on, then everybody wins. And, you know, honestly, if you're a neg or a value or a manager or an area manager, self-employed, employed, you work for Purple Bricks, Schmerple Bricks, whatever bricks you work for, then, you know, to have someone like Peter Everett or someone of equal, you know, ness, if that's a word, you know, there's some big names in the industry that are just wanting to help boys and girls like you be better agents. And I've heard some wonderful stories where people have actually, it's transformed their life, and their boss has said, what the hell have you done? And they've been given pay rises and promotions. And, you know, you don't need permission from your boss to do this. You can do this in your own time. And this is all for you, isn't it, Peter? You know, it's for the person wanting to be mentored, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think the other thing I've noticed as well, it's such a relaxed meeting as well. You know, it's not a one-to-one, it's not a review. You know, I don't tell them off, you've done the wrong thing. We have a discussion about how they can improve. We chat through the issues. It's totally confidential as well. So that's the other thing. You know, some people feel a bit nervous about opening up. And, you know, let's face it, it is stressful out there at the moment as well. You know, the market has been probably busier in the last, 8-9 months than it's been in the last 5 years. And I think it's going to get busier again once lockdown it starts to unlock. And that is going to put more pressure on people.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I just want to say thank you for your time today. And what's your final one-line message to any neg or valuer thinking, do I take this offer of the mentoring?
Just pick up the phone, have a chat. There's a lovely guy called Sam Offley, who will have a quick chat with you, and they will then match you with one of the 150 plus mentors that are out there. Just do it.
Well, there's a link above or below, I'm not sure exactly where it is, where you can go and find out more information about the Agents Together Charitable Foundation. I can guarantee you it costs you absolutely nothing to be mentored. There is no catch. It's our way of people in the industry giving back to boys and girls and guys and girls just like you, and you'll be totally daft if you don't take it up, because if you don't, maybe that competitor down the road will, and they'll get the promotion and they'll get the pay rise and they'll be happier. The choice is yours, isn't it, Peter?
Absolutely.
You have to take these opportunities, and if you don't, you're daft.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time today, Peter. You are an absolute star, as always. I know you are very well thought of in our charitable foundation. I know you're very well thought of in the industry as well, and I wish you well. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Chris.